Guilt trips and family. Ooh, let's jump into it. Roll it. Welcome back to another video, and today we're looking at this guilt trip from a perspective of somebody's email and what they're going through. It's very brief. It's not going to be a long video because I'm going to make a whole video on this topic. Here we go. Hi Nikos, I'm 32. I have seen your videos and realized we are similar. Awesome. I often find it difficult to deal with my family and their guilt, specifically my mother. And there's where we're similar. If I am not doing what they want me to do, they play these guilt trips. How do you deal with it? All right, first things first, just take a step back and realize everybody experiences guilt trips from their parents. Simple economics of life, you're gonna get that feeling inside of you because it's just how it is. Your parents want the best for you. Simply put, that's all they want, the best for you. So they're going to approach every single aspect of your life in the way of what they think is best for you. Realizing and understanding that, you can now start really understanding what you want in comparison to the safe route that they're telling you is safe in their view, and really start to make the choices for yourself. This really isn't about your parents as much as it is for you and your own choices. This is a confidence issue. And don't get me wrong, you will battle this for a very long time. It's not an overnight thing. This is not something that just changes. This is something where you need to continually work towards. Like my mom still guilt trip me, it's like all the time. Doesn't matter. You're not doing what they want you to do, so they'll guilt trip you. This is simple. The question is, where's your confidence in the decisions you're making in order to really look at the whole situation and say, is this guilt trip worth it? Should I entertain it? Why am I entertaining it if it's not worth it? Well, then you push it aside. However, if your confidence isn't high and whatever you're doing is not being successful, say it's, they want you to go work somewhere instead of starting a business, or maybe, you're breaking up with somebody, or, you're moving away, or you're buying a car, or you're spending too much money on clothes and this and that. Okay, the question begs, where are your wants and needs in all this, and in these decisions, where is your confidence on making the right decisions? If you watch the rest of the series on integrity and really focusing on making your decisions based on integrity and your values, the guilt trips are far less and they're far less frequent. And by that I mean they're not happening as much and they're not as strong. They're not playing in that mental psyche of yours. And at this point, you're able to start realizing that, yes, I'm making the right decisions because this guilt trip isn't there because I'm making the right decisions for me. Let's really focus on the idea behind it. Most parents that the people I talk to and their parents, they want the same thing. Finish school, go get a job, get a family going. So meet somebody, get a family going, and of course, buy 2 cars, paint your fence white, and, live that happy life, and that's it, and then eventually die. I know I've talked about this before, so if you've watched my videos before, you've seen me talk about this. And in this process, we realize that, hey, if that's not what we want, and we want to achieve some other things because my real purpose in life is this, well, you're going to have to make that decision. Do I follow through on whatever my parents want me to do, or do I follow that purpose? And that integrity will guide you. So what I want you to do is sit down for the next 3 weeks to a month, and every time a guilt trip pops up, write it down and ask yourself, is this guilt trip worth it? Is this guilt trip worth me entertaining? And why is it here? Then I want you to really look at what is occurring, what decision was made for that guilt trip to start. Why are they tackling you on this issue? And in that decision, did you make it based on your integrity and values, or did you make it on emotions? And did you do it based on you wanting and needing to do it, or did you do it for some other reason? What was the purpose? And you will find a correlation between the two in a pattern setting because you'll start seeing it happening more and more. And in fact, you'll actually notice guilt trips that are occurring that aren't really guilt trips, but you're making them to be guilt trips. And you'll actually see guilt trips that are occurring that are guilt trips, but you're kind of just being like, I'm not playing with it today. and you'll actually start to see which guilt trips are real guilt trips that you're feeling inside and why. And then you can start focusing on correcting the issues there, and I guarantee you it has something to do with the decisions you're making. Are they based on integrity and values, or on an emotional level where you want to do something and it's just not going the route you want it to go? Take some time and really ask yourself these questions, think about it through, and of course, leave a comment below if you're watching this and you've been in the situation, so you can give your opinion on the kind of things you've done before where you're dealing with guilt. And who knows, maybe what you've done works like a charm for somebody out there who will be reading that comment and might help save a life.